Hello and welcome back to Aubrey Books and Coffee. I've got a Stevie here today. And he is excited to drink coffee with us and look into, they just dropped the GoodReads finalists. So I'm excited. Let's see if some of the ones that we read were on there and ones that we voted for are on there. And let's read some of those before they give us the announcement for the actual winners.
I am a little over 25% into the Thrashers, and it's about this group of friends, and they're called the Thrashers because one of the kids, Zach, his last name's Thrasher, and all these group of friends are rich and hang out, except for Jody, who doesn't have a lot of money, but she's been a friend since like childhood, so she's kind of been incorporated in the group. And basically everybody wants to be them and be with them. And so one girl named Emily Mills kind of tags along, even though nobody technically invited her. And Jody feels bad for her, so she's kind of taken her under her wing a little bit and been nice to her. Well, this isn't a spoiler, but Emily Mills ends up committing suicide, and so this is all told after the fact, and now the police are investigating. They found Emily's diary, and so there's things written in there, and so now people are like, were the Thrashers bullying her? There's all these things, and it sounds really exciting, but really it's not. I am so bored. I know that sounds horrible, but I am so bored. I feel like in 3 hours worth of listening, that's literally all we know. And it's the same kind of stuff you had actually in the synopsis on GoodReads. So I'm just really, really bored. So I think I'm honestly going to DNF and go ahead and spin again, because there's so many great finalists that I would really love to read. I don't want to spend another 7 hours, eight hours listening to this one. I just don't think it's for me. I am on my way to work, to my first day. But on the way, I am listening to First Time Caller, which is actually really cute. It almost gives me Sleepless in Seattle vibes, but we have basically Aiden Valentine, who runs a program on the radio where he's kind of like Delilah from back in the day. He gives romantic advice and things, but he doesn't believe in love and has never had good experience. And then all of a sudden, a teenage girl calls in and basically says, I need help for my mom. My mom's not dating and she needs to date more. And so he's like talking to her. Well, mom just hears daughter on the phone with what sounds like a grown man and freaks out. So she's like, who is this? And what are you doing talking to a teenager? So she gets to talking to him a little bit, and he asks a little bit more about, her personal life and stuff. And she's like, is this going to be broadcast everywhere? And he's like, oh, don't worry about it. I have all of 5 people who listen to me. And so she's like, okay. And so she kind of discloses, well, it ends up blowing up and going viral, which makes the people is in charge of him, hey, we need to get her back on the show. We need to try to help her date and make it a whole program, a whole thing. It'll help our ratings and it'll help her find, the man of her dreams. And, so Aiden goes along with it. And so at 30%, that's what we've been doing so far, is she just agreed that she would go on air and she would do this crazy experiment. And she has the right to say no at any given time. So it's pretty cute. I'm having a good time. Do you see the ice? It's icy and snowy here in the Midwest. Yay, Indianapolis. I did finish it, and I listened to it on my breaks and stuff, and now I'm getting ready to finish driving home. And I'm going to give it, I think, a 3-star. If I did half stars, it'd be 3.5. It lost me towards the end because it started dragging on a little bit more than I wanted it to. And there were like some minor twists that the author was trying to do that just didn't feel, to me anyway, fully fleshed out. So for me, it didn't really add to the story. It more took away and distracted from the story for me. I still really enjoyed these characters though. I really do. I had a good time. I enjoyed the story itself. It just wasn't 4-star for me. It takes a lot to get to 4-star and like monumentous to get to 5 for me. So keep that in mind. But it was fun. I'm glad I read it. I had a good time and I would recommend it. Good rumble toes. Good boy. I am a little over 28% in Wild Reverence. Once again, love Rebecca Ross's writing style. It's exquisite as always. However, I am not loving this like I, did with the original duology. For me, it feels almost like when you're reading a book about Greek gods and things like that. So it's got a lot of mythos around it. It's got a lot of world building with these different gods and goddesses. There's not a lot of interaction between the goddess we're following and Vincent, and so I think maybe that's why, because there's not a lot of romance going on really. They've had a couple interactions, that's it. I'm kind of bored, to be honest. I'm really, really bored. I'm hoping it'll pick up because I am only a quarter of the way through. And again, I love her writing style, so I'm willing to stick it out till the end, but not my favorite. Okay, so I've listened to it all day long and I did finish it, and I'm going to give it a 3-star. Again, Divine Rivals was so much better. For me, anyway, it was. It did pick up a bit more after the halfway point, but yeah, I'm going to give it a 3-star and not my favorite. So I don't know. Maybe that original duology just had the magic in it.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. There were a couple surprises of ones that I voted for that I really, really wanted on there that aren't anymore. So it is what it is. But overall, a pretty good time reading, and I enjoyed myself overall. And I went ahead and did my voting. I hope you did too. And let's see who the winners are next time. Thanks for being here. Please like, subscribe, send your friends, and I'll see you guys next time.